Cup next week?
I'm doing the one at Maitland and the one at Western.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. You're both those ones.
Yeah, just doing some exciting stuff for Football Australia, so
Cool.
yeah. I think the Wednesday night one is 7 o'clock kickoff.
That's
Maitland Sports ground. Interested to see how the Sunday game goes as well with the A-League club coming down.
yeah, Melbourne City.
Yeah.
everybody. Welcome everybody to this special round this week for Indigenous Week for Northern New South Wales. We're obviously going to get underway in a second. I'm going to hand over to Tammy, who's going to explain some things and do the welcome to country and that sort of thing. Thanks, Tammy.
Ala Yitiapang, Tammy Hunter. Hello, my name is Tammy Hunter. It's Indigenous round for football this week. So, John Robinson is out there giving a smoking ceremony. We use the smoking to cleanse all those bad spirits away, and it really just helps us feel so much better. So the girls didn't quite take advantage, but they might walk through later on. Johnny will be over on the side of the field. He's going to walk towards the dugout, so that if you want to go over and walk through, you can. Mian, Marunkus, Paran, Wian, Wanaron. Mera Malikan, Para Ani, Para Siha. Natjan, Mian, Marung, Wian. Yirikai, Parampa, Yirikai Kal. Hangai Kal, Natjan, Kopakal. We acknowledge the Wanneroo people, traditional keepers of this land, and we pay respect to the elders past, present and emerging. I'm going to hand over to Sean Scuthorpe, who's going to have the dancers put on a little show for us.
Dance is a cleansing dance, walkout dance, just to wake up the spirits here and just let them know we're here for a good time. We're going to do two little quick ones for you. This little one here is spearfishing dance, comes from northwest New South Wales, little town called Brewarrina, fish traps. Off to do you. Go! Yeah, go! On behalf of our little group, Kaikan Kalma, which means powerful together in the Wabaka language. Thanks for having us here, and I hope you enjoy Indigenous round. Thank you.
not sure whether they're going to go warm up again. Just with the stuff set up. Start afterwards. How's things started? It's good. Yesterday, Good afternoon, football fans, and welcome to round 17 of the Cardiff Motor Group NPL Women's Northern New South Wales. And what a treat we have for you this afternoon. Charlestown Azzurri travel to Cook Square Park looking to take on Maitland FC, who did suffer their first loss just a handful of weeks ago. I'm Harry Scobie. Alongside me in commentary for this afternoon's clash is Tara Andrews. Tara, you were on the winning end of Maitland's first defeat of the season, but how are they going to bounce back today?
Yeah, look, I think Maitland are a team that they can bounce back pretty easily. They're not going to take that loss well, and they're going to come out today firing and want to show the competition that they're not sort of going into the end of the season where they can be beaten. So I think it'll be a good showing from them today.
We just had an amazing ceremony here. Obviously, Indigenous Week, live and free. You can catch every game on the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel. It was a great ceremony before the game, just a handful of minutes ago, and now both sides going through their final prep as we get set for this clash. Let's quickly run through how the two teams shape up. Starting with the visitors, Charlestown Azzurri, number 2, Janali Hunter, number 3, Chloe Martin, number 4, Rachel Parents, number 6, Sarah Perez, number 8, Ellie Jones, 14, Erica Descasio, number 17, Olivia Cobus Brown, number 18, Taryn King. They're two handy players to have for Azzurri. Number 30, Jessie Gentle, 32, Isabella Button, and 61 on debut in goals for Charlestown, Abby Mileto. Now, there is rumours that Jessie Gentle played yesterday in Sleepy's Day for the Rugby League, so she's backing up, so hats off to her. But Taryn King and Libby Copus Brown, Tara, talk about those two in particular, two that you know really well. What do they do for this Charlestown side?
Yeah, look, I think you've seen it in the last few games that Charlestown have played. They've just added a little bit of extra spark. Obviously, Taryn King, very experienced central defender, so just shoring up that back line for him. And obviously, Libby, very good dribbler, can sort of take a few people on and just boosting that midfield for Maitland, for Charlestown, and really giving them a good chance there.
You see where Copus Brown plays. We've seen her out on the left and drifting right, and even centrally as well. She sort of has that bit of a license. Let's quickly get to the host today. Maitland, let's start with our lineup. Number 1, Annabella Thornton. Number 6, Elodie Dowg. Number 8, Sophie Nanadovic. Number 9, Sienna Frost starting. Number 10, Josie Morley. Number 11, Sophie Stapleford. Number 14, Renee Poutney. Number 15, Willow Neal. Number 18, Talia Gosner. 20, Elizabeth Clowes. And 32, Natalia O'Driscoll. That is the side that downed Broadmeadow Magic 5-0 to win the Women's State Cup final. And that was an amazing weekend out at Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility. But now all eyes turn on the competition for Maitland and for Charlestown, with so much up for grabs. Maitland looking to extend their lead further at the top of the ladder. Charlestown looking to prove a point. And we are seconds from getting underway. And here it is. A massive game here at Cook Square Park, well and truly underway, and Maitland on point with their Indigenous jersey, which we got to see yesterday from the men's side. And the pitch as well, Tara, just considering the rain that we have had throughout this week, looks in immaculate condition as always.
It does. It's one of the best pitches in Newcastle to play on. Very nice grass, and it obviously drains quite well, and it's so good to see obviously games on this weekend. Here's
Descasio. Copus Brown now, who's starting the game out on the right-hand side. Charlestown with a good spell of possession early. And it's probably worth noting as well, Abby Mileto on debut for Charlestown between the sticks today, and she certainly could have her work cut out, especially with Maitland's attack, which, as we know, is absolutely red hot. 58 goals they've scored all season as Ben Horgan's side. It's Copus Brown. Sorry, Tara.
It's a staggering amount of goals, isn't it, in this competition? I did check that before, and I think Charlestown haven't scored against Maitland this season, so I think they'll be out to do that today.
Yeah, you're spot on. Maitland have been able to keep a clean sheets when the two sides have clashed this season. Once at Mulcar Oval and once here earlier in the season at Cook Square Park. And talking about Cook Square Park, a field that Maitland know so well. Here's Stapleford out on the left-hand side, up against Descasio. Sophie Stapleford looking for the left foot. It finds its way to the back stick. O'Driscoll has a chance for a shot, and it nearly spun in, but it will be the first set piece of the afternoon going the way of the host.
And that's where Maitland are really dangerous. Elodie Dowg on the ball, playing it out wide to Sophie out on the left-hand side, and they go both sides as well, so very dangerous in attack there.
Set pieces as well have been dangerous for the Magpies. You can see Stapleford and Nardovic sitting just on the edge of the box. It's taken by Dag. Again into a dangerous position. Charlestown caught napping and the opening goal arrives early into this contest. Josie Morley picks up the goal. And it's a set piece doing damage again for Maitland.
Yeah, and a beautiful finish there from Morley. Just got her head above the rest of them and just sort of headed that one home. It's a great start for Maitland.
Certainly is. Maitland again showing their qualities. And Miletto there on debut. Just coming out a little bit too far. And that aerial threat of Maitland, of Morley and Gosner at the back. I believe that's Morley's second of the season. And it is 2 headers, 2 goals to her tally so far in the competition.
And Charlestown will have to reset from that. Obviously, it's an early goal. They're going to have to get back in, try and get nice and compact.
Curtis Brown leading the press, but Maitland have done well to shift this one down the left. Drew Elizabeth Clouds, who was in doubt for this clash here this afternoon. She did overcome her knee injury though from the State Cup final win to feature here this afternoon. Nardovic now battling. She wins out the battle in the centre of the midfield. Shifts it out right to Will O'Neill. Few runners pouring forward for Maitland and good defence. There by Chloe Martin just to block any potential cross being sent into the area. Sienna Frost on the ball now, taking Georgia Amos' spot in the team here this afternoon. And here she goes, bursting down the right. She looks to the back post. Cleared away, Libby Copus-Brown can't get her footing, and Scarcio alert to that pass up against Stapleford.
And you can see Copus-Brown sort of just floating to that right-hand side. They sort of got the midfield set and she's floating out towards the right.
Chance here for Charlestown, Gentle getting a shot away. Looks like Gosner's come out worse for wear. Sorry, Tar.
That's all right. I think Charlestown are pretty excited that they've got Gentle on the field today. I know she's backing up from footy yesterday, but she'll be an asset to them up front.
Has been away for the last few weeks. I believe a part of Rugby Sevens, and like we mentioned there yesterday, backing up from Sleepy's day in rugby, and straight out to Cook Square Park here this afternoon to lead the attack for Azzurri. And look over the top with O'Neill coming forward. And a little lapse in concentration by the keeper. Maitland looking to capitalise. Frost, Poutney going this way and that, and getting a strike away that will trickle into the bottom corner. Renee Poutney grabs yet another goal, and Maitland bring up 2.
Yeah, I think Miletto probably didn't know she might have been able to pick that ball up on the first one. A bit of a poor clearance, and when you've got Renee Poutney up top, she'll take any chance she can get.
It's a frustrating start for Charlestown here. Alicia Ferguson pretty vocal to start this contest. And it's out the climb now for Azzurri. They certainly love this kick-off the 2 times they have trailed, just thumping it and getting their team up forward just to try and camp Maitland deep in their territory. This is better from Azzurri as they come down the left. Last touch, unfortunately, did come off Rachel Perrins. Here's Natalia O'Driscoll joining Maitland this season off the back of the Central Coast Academy, and I think the free kick's been given for some late contact there.
And I think when you play against Maitland, you get caught in 2 minds. Do you try and press them, or do you sit in a block and wait to see what happens? And I think teams have sort of figured out that when you try and press them, you've got to be very good to be able to win the ball back and stop them coming forward.
It's certainly been hard for opposition to break him down. Just going to try to slip it through there for Frost. the battle that's going to be this afternoon. Gentle up against Gosner and Morley. That Maitland defence that has been solid all season.
Gotta get back in now, Niles. Get back closer to Rachel. See where Rachel is? You gotta get more narrow.
Sent out wide to Stapleford. Maitland are undefeated at home here this season, so only the one loss, although their one draw of the season came against Lake Macquarie here as well. So they're looking to keep that home record intact, and they're certainly going about their business right. They've got a free kick here, which Lenardovic and Dag will stand over.
Yeah, another dangerous position here. Dag obviously puts in a killer free kick, so if you can get Gosner or Morley on the end of this one, that's what they'll be aiming for.
Gosner deep to the back stick. Dag looking to find it. Gosner makes first contact. Frost trying to pick out the top corner. And it had a bit of venom behind it. I'm not sure Gosner's header was where it was intended, but she nearly claimed an assist there, Tara.
They all count. I think, did you see Messi's assist in the semi-final? Little pass back, and they all count.
Speaking of that, World Cup final tomorrow morning. We'll get back to that in a sec. Stapleford going down the left-hand flank. This almost seemed too easy for Maitland, but Taryn King across to intervene. Who you got in the morning, Tara?
Look, it's a tough call. I don't know, you can't count Argentina out, but I think Spain were just very good in their semi-final.
They have been going about their business well. Interested to see how that plays out. A strike from distance now. Trying to test out the youngster on debut in Abby Mileto. That time he's up to the task.
Let's go, let's go.
Here's your pick, Harry.
I'm going to lean with Argentina just because I'm a Messi fan, but I think Spain's one of those teams that have just been flying under the radar a little bit and certainly deserve to be there. I think it's got extra time written all over it. I can just see it happening.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Argentina love a late goal, so Spain could be up to start with, and Argentina come back to push it to extra time.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Give yourself a bit. Just hold, Niles. You can say
Here's Gosner. And there's a few runners going in behind for Maitland. Here's Sienna Frost. Done well to get a pass away. Willow and Neil down the right-hand side, up against Taryn King as the sun starts to come out here at Cook Square. Neil looking in field, picked off. Now it's Charlestown turn to use the ball.
That's going to be tough for Charlestown today when they do win the ball back. They don't have a lot of support up front there for Gentle. It's going to be 1-on-1 or 2v1 for a lot of the game.
Back to Taryn King, who I believe only just got back into Newcastle a couple of days ago after having a holiday in Japan. Just sending out wide to Klaus. Maitland dominating early if you are just joining us. 2 early goals. Seeing Maitland ahead. Renee Pountney as well as Josie Morley. Now it's Gosner switching the play out to the left-hand side. A great ball that finds Stapleford. Here's where Maitland are dangerous. Looking for the 1-2 was O'Driscoll. It might yet fall. Stapleford looking to unleash. And Charlestown bodies back to block. Still alive here. Dag. So good in these tight situations, Maitland. Dag. Someone looking to get a shot away. Will come to the back stick, and now Charlestown can breathe a little bit heavier. Lenardovic out wide now to Will O'Neill. Maitland firmly dominating this contest so far. Frost sending it in behind. O'Driscoll looking to get across, and it flies its way all the way to the back post and into the hands of Mileto, who's had a few early touches early on.
Yeah, I think to come in as a goalkeeper in this type of game when you're versing Maitland, it's a tough gig, that's for sure. But she's got to just take confidence in every catch she gets, take a little bit more confidence each time.
Yeah, certainly one of the last teams you'd want to play when you're making your debut is Charlestown now. Jag now, they've got runners pouring forward, Frost out on the right. Jag's passed a little bit under here. Nardovic though winning it back, and then it's turned back over to Hunter, who can burst forward for Charlestown, slipping it over the top. And it looks to be an early substitution looming for Charlestown. We'll get to that shortly. Morley now under pressure by Gentle, and just calmly taps it out of play. And we might wait for another couple stoppages in play to get that substitution. And Nardovic now in a battle with a few Charlestown plays. Here's Gentle, cutting it back and nearly finding a Charlestown teammate. Still not cleared. Shooting chance presents for Perrins. A little bit unselfish, and they've turned it over now. They've got to go from attack to defence. Maitland coming forward, but O'Driscoll, well, it's not only a free kick. O'Driscoll will go into the book for her third yellow card of the year, and that takes us to a rather early substitution, Tara.
Yeah, looks like Chloe Martin's leaving the field, so it must be an injury concern here. Sienna Denham entering the field.
Denholm, the former New Lambton player, injected into this contest now, being more of an attacking player as well. Denholm. Interesting to see how Charlestown set up defensively as this game progresses. Taryn King though with a free kick just over halfway, which will play short to Hunter. Hunter sending it forward. Goldsmithers clearing it out of harm's way. So just the confirmation of that substitute. Chloe Martin off. Denholm on for Azzurri.
Yeah, so it looks like Hunter will just slip into the left back position here, and Denham will move up to the left wing.
Charlestown have certainly had a bit more of the ball since going 2-0 behind. Not enough though to threat Annabella Thornton as Poutney scoring forward. Looking for the switch, which she's done really, really well to Stableford. Now she decides to do likewise, searching for Frost, and Poutney on the follow-up. A little bit too ambitious there.
Yeah, I think so. I think it fell to her. She had a little bit of time, and you see the goal in front of her, and you take those chances. I think when you get a couple of early goals for your team, your confidence starts to get higher, and you start to take a few more of those chances.
Only 9 times this season have Charlestown being scoreless, so they've certainly shown they do have goals in them. Both their wins this season coming against Lake Macquarie. And we always knew this was going to be a task in this afternoon at Cook Square Park. Dag to Frost. So dangerous in and around the box. Maitland handed the ball back over to Charlestown. Copus Brown playing it forward. Discasio looking down the line, and you can see they're trying to look for Gentle in behind, because that speed tar is pretty dangerous. And do you see that being their major threat to see this afternoon?
Yeah, definitely. I think the last couple of times Gentle has tried to come short and get it at her feet, but I think they need to look for her in behind. I think she'll have, Morley for pace, she'll have Gosner for pace, so they need to try and get that ball in behind. If she can just spin off a shoulder, that'll be their chances.
Does look dangerous getting in behind so far this afternoon. Now sent forward Maitland. This is where they are so dangerous. Poutney, it's a 3-on-2 here at the back. Poutney, the pass, a little bit too heavy. It was the right idea, and Frost can track it down. Frost now digging in the box, and safe hands there for the debutant. Ferguson giving some instructions to Libby Copus-Brown, a mid-season transfer for Charlestown, alongside Taryn King as well, two very experienced players.
Yeah, I think she's saying the exact same things we just were. That early ball that Libby had, if she could try and hit it first time in behind to Gentle, that's their best bet.
Gosner out wide now to Neil. Maitland very patient in their approach. When they do find gaps in behind, they can be dangerous. Gosner looking over the top.
Don't mind that. Hey, don't mind that at all.
Well defended by Charlestown. Now Denholm just clipped on the way through. Will leave a lot of pressure for Azzurri, who have grown a touch into this contest. And just on Jessie Gentle. So she played a full game for South's Newcastle as a fullback yesterday. So it's certainly been a busy weekend. And the energy she's showing already, she's not showing any signs of fatigue.
Yeah, very impressive to be able to back it up from a game of rugby to come and play a game of soccer, that's for sure.
Pretty incredible. Frost, that one, free kick I believe, no advantage given by the referee. So Charlestown were postponed last week against Newcastle Olympic schedule. Travelled to Darling Street, so their last game was in round 15 where it was that 3-0 loss on home turf against New Lambton. Got to turn on their defensive duties here. Stapleford firing it across. This might just be a little bit too heavy for Frost to track down.
And exactly there what Maitland have done. They're trying to find these wide plays. Stapleford on the left, trying to pass the ball between the centre back and the full back.
Button pushing it across to Scarcio, who immediately looks forward. Cut off though by Josie Morley. Libby Copus-Brown sending it forward for Gentle, who's stuck in the corner. There's the throw, so it's a good result for Azzurri.
You don't normally get a lot of opportunities against Maitland when you play them, so Charlestown are going to have to be very clinical when they do get into these areas and their opportunities.
It's a nice delivery deep to the back post. Denholm certainly been a spark since she come on as well. Here's Frost. These are the areas that are dangerous. A little slip there from Pountney. Taryn King was able to clean up. So a reminder of those two clashes the two teams met earlier in the season. Round 3 was in favour of Maitland, 3-0, and round 10 likewise 4-0. So 7-0 on aggregate when the two sides have met this season. Were obviously the two sides that made last year's grand final, and it was the Melina Ayres goal that won for Charlestown there at Darling Street Oval.
Just so you can push a little bit, just beware.
Final series fast and coming here.
Second ball as well, Sienna.
Set piece for Charlestown. It's going to roll all the way through. The last touch though was off Talia Gosner, and Charlestown, well, they're starting to grow into this contest, Tara.
They are, and I think this is a really good opportunity for them. They don't have a lot of tall players that they might be able to get in and have this ball, but I know that Taryn King, they'll be searching for her, trying to whip this ball in.
Great chance presenting here for Azzurri. King would be certainly one of the tallest players you'd look to aim at. See what they can conjure up. Few runners going to the front post. Copus-Brown being one of them. run past everyone out for a Maitland goal kick. And it's been a pretty routine day at the office so far for Annabella Thornton.
Yeah, like I said earlier, you don't get a lot of opportunities against Maitland, so you know, every single corner, every free kick, every ball you play forward, you need to try and make the most of it.
Driscoll presenting enough behind. Neil goes to Frost, who certainly has shown her quality in this Maitland side. Here she goes moving forward here. Sienna Frost with players in support. She might just do it herself. And on a non-favoured foot there, it's a great run by the youngster. Just couldn't trouble Mileto in goals for Charlestown.
Yeah, it was a great run, and I like the confidence to be able to actually take the shot on her left foot. A lot of players try and steer away from it, and they'll pull it back onto their favoured foot. But she's confident enough, and you know, obviously practice enough to try and at least take that shot.
7 goals she's got for Maitland this season. Alongside Ellie Dagg, who's also on 7, which is the 3rd highest of any Maitland player. County and Amos, the top 2. Sienna Frost, she certainly had to buy her time a little bit in this Maitland side. That's clever footwork. Frost dropping it back, and O'Driscoll looking to unload. Charlestown having to sit in here. Bernardovic beats one and unloads from range. And Tyrone King applauds that defence. They've held in at times, Charlestown, but they have done well.
Yeah, they're just holding on top of the 18-yard box now. When they get into those positions, they're blocking shots, and they're trying to obviously cramp the space for Maitland, and doing a pretty decent job at it, and forcing Maitland to take shots from outside the box.
East Northern Junior Matilda in 2021, Annabella Thornton. 2024, she was the goalkeeper of the year. Here you go, Maitland. County has runners on in behind, Frost being one of them. And not in too much hurry to track this one down on the right-hand side. Sienna Frost. Dagg in support. Frost goes to the byline, but it's well defended by Hunter and appreciated very much so by her teammates. But it will present another opportunity on the corner for Maitland.
Charlestown need to be really aggressive on this corner, obviously. Like we said earlier, Maitland have some really good players that can get up in the air. So they have to be really aggressive and try and be first to this ball.
Gosner making the run to the back stick. She slips but still makes contact with the shot. Here she is on the follow-up, on the spin. Charlestown struggling to clear their lines, it's still not cleared. Gosner, well, she picked up the ball from about 3 different positions there. The first attempt was incredible, but unfortunately for Maitland, it doesn't result in anything.
And that's the sort of tenacity you need in the 18-yard box if you want to score a goal. Don't stop till it's nowhere near you.
It would have been incredible if she was able to manage to get that shot on target. Maitland's starting to grow more into this contest. The offside flag, it will stay down for now on Renee Poutney. Striding through on goal. Great save initially, O'Driscoll's header. She was just too far advanced. And you can see that was appreciated.
Yeah, great save there from Maddie Mileto.
Maitland peppering Charlestown. Dagg, Poutney, O'Driscoll shooting. And she might have had Mileto caught out, but that one always sailing over the crossbar. So just a recap of round 17 in the Cardiff Low Degree NPL Women's Northern New South Wales. Friday night saw a stalemate between Lake Macquarie and Broadmeadow Magic at Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility, while yesterday Newlambton and Adamstown were unfortunately washed out at Alder Park. Denholm unable to keep that one in play. Frost up against Hunter. Looks too easy there for Sienna Frost as she comes on this right-hand side up against Taryn King, who stands her ground well. Frost, though, has the run of Dag. It does well to find her. Dag, deep to the back stick. It'll beat everyone and 4 to Stapleford. Only with Pountney in support, and nearly turned in for a known goal by Hunter. But Sienna Frost, hasn't she been one to watch early in this contest?
She has, and I think, you know, a lot of the games that she's played, she's either come off the bench, she's started a few games, but she's a great player, and when the ball's at her feet, she can beat you one-on-one pretty easily. So I think Janali Hunter's definitely got a challenge for the rest of the game with Sienna Frost out here.
Yeah, it's been a front three that's chopped and changed just a little bit for Maitland this season. Ben Horgan having to deal with all the attacking quality that they have. Dag, this is a rehearsed move. The Nardovic strikes, but Taryn King is able to get a head on it. Charlestown still unable to clear. Gosner to Morley, back to Talia Gosner. Stapleford winning the duel up against Taryn King, and Taryn King does well to win that challenge.
Yeah, it's a wonderful problem to have when you've got so many good attacking players that, you know, you replace one off the bench with another fantastic player. So I'm sure Ben Horgan, it's a bit of a headache every week, but it's a very good problem to have.
Yeah, I'm sure Georgia Amos will be injected in this second half. Amos with 9 goals to her name this season. Did miss the State Cup last week due to being away. That one sent in by Pountney. Charlestown again, just struggling to clear their lines. Stapleford to Clouds. Plenty of space out right for Nardovic, who receives the pass here. Plays it into Sienna Frost. Looking for it on the follow-up. Oh, it's a great ball. Threaded forward, and Nardovic. Final product just not there, but again, Maitland just playing with Charlestown at the minute. Charlestown doing well to hold on so far. O'Driscoll's first touch sees her on their right foot, and now a shot comes in. And it's great hands again by Addie Miletto. After a tough start, she's certainly been pretty comfortable since.
Yeah, I think Charlestown just need to be careful that they're not too deep in their own box there and allowing Maitland to get closer and closer to the 18-yard box and just inside to take those shots.
Maitland certainly knocking on the door. Stapleford, here they come again. Oh, this one will go to the back stick. Great chance for Frost. Dummies inside. Hunter trying to get inside of another. Charlestown scrambling in the meantime, and they have survived another attack. O'Driscoll blazing over the bar.
Yeah, I think Maitland just getting a little bit too impatient there. They've got the time, they can keep moving the ball around, they're good enough to do it. Just a little bit too impatient to get that shot away.
Charlestown will now look to play out from the back. And King able to find Denholm, who's spun away from O'Driscoll, likewise with Neal. Dag. Certainly been impressive her this season. In the midfield three for Maitland, they're just so well organised. Such creative players. Oh, it's a great pass to Pountney. Pountney, it'll leave Nardovic. Stapleford trying to look for the return pass to Nardovic. Now Hunter can send it forward. It feels like a while since the ball's been over the halfway line for Charlestown. And Gentle, if she would have got that past Gosner, then she was certainly a chance through on goal.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like Gentle's had much of the ball lately or coming up her way.
County threaded through and behind. has Frost in support, tries to send it into the area. And again, great hands by Miletto. Maitland averaging 4.6 goals per game this season. And despite that little hiccup just a fortnight ago, they have responded in some style in his first half so far. Dag there deemed, and the foul will go the way of Charlestown. And I'm sure heading into this halftime break, Tara, 2-0 wouldn't be a terrible scoreline heading in. You know you get one in the second half and automatically can be game on.
Yeah, that's right. I think Charlestown, you know, Maitland got those couple of early goals, but since then Charlestown have really held on and defended a lot better. It's, you know, that sort of survival defending, you know, in the 18-yard box that they've been doing.
Here they come looking for a third, and the two looking to combine. It was Bernardovic trying to turn provider, Pountney's header. Couldn't turn it goal bound, but again, dangerous attack again, and we'll see a second first half change, this time for the home side Maitland. Sarah Frost leaving the field, and Georgia Amos to take her place onto the field. Georgia Amos, obviously previously at Newcastle Olympic, certainly found home here at Maitland, and looking for her 10th goal this season if she can get one here this afternoon. Rejected just before half-time, just looking to cause even more havoc for Charlestown's defence, Tara.
Yeah, look, it's a pretty like-for-like change there. A lot of danger with Georgia Amos out on the right as well, so that's not any easier for Janali Hunter out on the left-hand side here.
Here is Amos's first touch of the afternoon. Just a chance to send across in. O'Driscoll flicks it on. Now Libby Copus-Brown. Chance to play in behind here for Charlestown. She gives it to Descasio. Martovic goes to ground, but advantage will rightfully be played, and Maitland can gather possession back.
Yeah, I think that ball just back there with Copus-Brown, that's the ball that Charlestown need to be looking for in behind. I know she wants to try and keep the ball.
Deep to the back stick, and really a chance. Amos was pretty much had a tap in if that one would have went through the hands of Miletto, but great hands again from the Charlestown keeper. Copus-Brown not giving up on the chase, up against Clouds. Charlestown now deciding to press. Maitland, can they play out? Well, they've done so well there. And now they can string numbers forward. Stableford in behind his Dag. Fair few numbers forward. They'll go again to Sophie Stableford. Has Amos at the back post. And Amos just didn't find in the path that she wanted. I think Taryn King might have got a little touch, and that forced Amos a little bit wide.
She did. I think Taryn King, that probably wasn't the touch that she was hoping, but it seemed to be just enough to put Amos off.
Nearly a third there for Maitland. Nearly a chance within a matter of minutes of coming onto the field for Amos. But Charlestown yet again survive. Here is Natalia O'Driscoll. Back to Gosner. Neal to Amos. Neal making a forward run in behind, which isn't foul, but it's now little deep over the top from Dag. Now Amos cutting into the byline, deep to the back post. It will miss everyone. Falls on the follow-up to Bernardovic, who finds the top corner and brings up Maitland's serve before the break. What a strike. And grabs another for the season. Maitland 3, Charlestown 0. Certainly not what the visitors wanted before the break.
No, it was a beautiful finish by Nenadovich. Obviously just on a non-favoured foot, just nice and calm and composed, and hits the top corner.
That cross there, again, almost seemed routine of what Maitland have been doing so far. When they can get that space in behind, they can always pick a teammate. And Nadavic brings up their 4th goal of the season. And Maitland starting to turn things on here in front of their home crowd. And they might not be done just yet. Here comes Sophie Stableford. Driscoll to Dag. There's space out here on the right-hand side. Nadavic sees that and finds Georgia Amos. Dag back to Amos. Creeping into the area. A huge chance here for Maitland. Charlestown again clearing their lines. So hard to defend this Maitland side when they come forward. Neal. Dag sending it in into a similar position when Nadavic just scored. And now Charlestown, a bit of pressure relieved. Rachel Parents going on a run. Gentle to Copus Brown. This is better from the visitors. Is there an M product? Picked off. Josie Morley. She's probably one player that I think flies under the radar from Maitland. We'll get back to that in a second. It's again a 3-on-3 here at the back. Stableford to the back post. It'll run all the way forward, and the offside flag was raised against Amos, who hasn't touched the ball yet.
I think she was trying to get away with that one. Maybe she did.
Ball was still in play. Maitland player was there. Yeah, going back to Josie Morley, a player at the back for Maitland alongside Gosnell, who I just think just flies under the radar in terms of how calm she is on the ball.
Yeah, she does. She's very calm and composed. She doesn't do anything silly, doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Very strong on the ball and obviously up against strikers, so she does fly under the radar, but she is a very good player.
One of 3 Maitland goal scorers so far this afternoon. Now here's a great chance for Azzurri just to reduce the deficit before the break. Gentle with only Copus Brown in the box to aim at. Decides to take a strike. It's deflected. Nadavic, a crucial header. Denying that chance there at the back post. And now it's Maitland's turn to break forward. Dag out to Georgia Amos. She's been heavily involved since coming onto the field. Up against Hunter. Going in field there, Georgia Amos. And Hunter and King able to see out the situation for Azzurri. Off by Copus Brown. Gentle there with Morley again. A strong challenge by Josie Morley. Charlestown certainly had moments in transition. Just a little bit too more clinical when they go forward. Here's Rachel Parents. Taryn King going back to her centre half partner in Isabel Button. A lot of width opened up out on the right-hand side. Escarcio sends it forward to Copus Brown. Another chance here for Libby Copus Brown to turn on the afterburners. Going this way and that. Dummies trying to fool Josie Morley. Ends up, unfortunately, not finding a teammate.
Nice little passage of play here from Charlestown. They're playing it round, getting it wide.
King to Gentle. It's found its way out on the left. Denholm sees a run. Jessie Gentle bursting forward into the box. Well, it might not have been the final product they're after, but that is a lot better from Azzurri.
Yeah, really positive here now. They need to try and keep this momentum going.
Talia Gosman now to bring out from the back for Maitland. And they do this well. Maitland playing out of their own end. And when they look to find a winger. Usually it results into an attacking play.
Yeah, most teams get called out where the front 3 or 4 press, but then if your back 5 or 6 aren't also pressing with the front line, they just cut you out and they play through the lines, and it's really difficult to defend. So if they do go to press, the whole team needs to go together.
Neil to Georgia Amos. He has time and space for a cross. Poutney dropping it back. Dag's first touch was a nice one, but picked off well by Perrins, who has been crucial playing that midfield role for Charlestown here this afternoon. Stableford now. And ending in the half on a high. O'Driscoll sees the back stick. Brought down by Georgia Amos. And Taryn King alert to the danger. Just trying to thread it through there to Renee Poutney. Another big rod to possession by Jessie Gentle. She's brought the energy here this afternoon for Charlestown.
She has. She's worked hard. She's tried to just win anything that she can off this back line. It's a tough gig, that's for sure.
Taryn King now. To switch it out right. It will go all the way through, and Descasio's really going to have to turn on the afterburners here, which she does. Picked off by Josie Morley, and again, Maitland just calmly playing out from the back. Very rare do you see Annabella Thornton pump it long from the back. She always trusts her centre backs to get wide. And now Copus Brown.
Yeah, Maitland are good enough nearly every time to play out, so she's pretty confident in her back 4, and so she should be.
Denholm up against Amos. It's found its way into the box here for Charlestown. Only able to thump forward. Now Hunter might fancy her chances from distance. Well, we know she's got the boot on her to do so. That one forced Thornton into a routine save, you could say. Both teams just easing into the final stages this first half. Amos bringing it to control. A lot of grass in front of her here to drive into. Not much pressure applied by Charlestown. Slipping it through to O'Driscoll, who is looking for her second goal of the season. Nearly had that on a platter there. It was a great ball by Amos. And I'm sure she'd love to have a time back there.
Yeah, I think Taryn King just got sucked out of the back line there, trying to follow the player, and this is what Maitland are really good at. One person will come out, the other one will make the run forward, and they just can get those little slip balls in behind.
Morley to Stapleford. Copus Brown now. Is there one final attack or moment for Charlestown? Referee checks the clock, but we will continue for now. Neil to Amos. One of their players come down this right-hand side since Amos was introduced for Sienna Frost. But that will be the last action of the first half in round 17 of the Cardiff Motor Group NPL Women's Northern New South Wales at the break. It's Maitland 3, Charlestown 0. So I'm out in the climb in the second half for Azzurri, Tara, but what can they produce in this second half to make sure that the lead doesn't blow out?
Yeah, look, I think they need to keep defending in their compact shape. Obviously try and prevent the space in behind being too open for Maitland to play into, and I think when they win the ball they need to get it wide early. They need to, after the first or second touch, knock it forward, and it needs to be wide away from their 2 centre backs, because Maitland do have their full backs going forward early.
Shapes up to be a great second half. Wherever you're watching, don't go anywhere. We'll take a short break here on the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel. Catch you for the second half here in round 17 at Cook Square Park.
try to beat them, but I saw the goal and they were pretty impressive. Like, you know, out and then just count them out. Yeah. Yeah. Is that the same, like, you find that with other teams? You got 200?
Anyone can sell you a car, but at Cardiff Motor Group, you'll experience the car difference. We're a team driven by passion for excellence in both our service and our range of new and pre-owned vehicles. We listen to what you need and work within your budget to get you behind the wheel of a car you love. Call into our showroom or take a look online and experience the car difference with Cardiff Motor Group.
About a new car? Visit the team at Cardiff Volkswagen and view the fantastic range of new and demonstrator vehicles with all-weather on-site undercover parking available 7 days a week. View the award-winning Amarok range, Caddy, Transporter, Crafter and all-new electric ID Buzz. You'll be sure to find a great deal on your next vehicle. Experience the car difference with instant on-site finance quotes, genuine parts and accessories, factory-trained workshop technicians and locals supporting locals with service with a smile. All in one place. Call into our showroom for a coffee and a chat or take a look online. Cardiff Volkswagen, 2 Sturt Road, Cardiff, part of the Cardiff Motor Group.
Anyone can sell you a car, but at Cardiff Motor Group, you'll experience the car difference. We're a team driven by passion for excellence in both our service and our range of new and pre-owned vehicles. We listen to what you need and work within your budget to get you behind the wheel of a car you love. Call into our showroom or take a look online and experience the car difference with Cardiff Motor Group.
Visit the team at Cardiff Volkswagen and view the fantastic range of new and demonstrator vehicles with all-weather on-site undercover parking available 7 days a week. View the award-winning Amarok range, Caddy, Transporter, Crafter and all-new electric ID Buzz. You'll be sure to find a great deal on your next vehicle. Experience the car difference with instant on-site finance quotes, genuine parts and accessories, factory-trained workshop technicians and locals supporting locals with service with a smile. All in one place. Call into our showroom for a coffee and a chat or take a look online. Cardiff Volkswagen, 2 Sturt Road, Cardiff, part of the Cardiff Motor Group.
conditions. Where, like, dribble in. Either way, but I think. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was. It's always interesting to see that the team that's behind always seems to come out first. Like it's a short halftime message and then it's a quick, get back out there.
We need all the breaks we can get. Yeah, I know. I'm tough, seriously. We keep playing in front. I've got Isla up there now and Jess will be in behind. There's so much. I know. Honestly, we spoke about it and they're all trying to play feet. I'm like, Libby kept taking too many touches. I'm like, don't get it. She's like, yeah, let's just send it. I'm like, well, that could run up. Anyway. They're so gettable, this one. Anyway. Thanks, Coach. Good chat. You coming on in 10?
Welcome back to Cook Square Park, and as the two teams emerge in the second half, it is Maitland 3 goals to the good, thanks to goals from Josie Morley for another goal to Renee Pountney and then Sophie Nananovic just before the break, extending Maitland's lead to 3. And Tara, pretty clinical from the home side in the first half.
Yeah, it was. I think, they did sort of force it a few times and get a little bit impatient on top of the box and take those long shots, but to be 3-0 up at half-time is a pretty good position, and I'm sure they're going to want to obviously go into this second half and continue that good form.
Yeah, it's a big second half for Maitland, just to try and add a few more goals to their tally, as well as Charlestown, who have made a few changes that we will mention shortly. But quickly, a special shout-out to the Maitland Indigenous jerseys, which we've seen from the men yesterday, and then obviously on show again today, that were designed by local Indigenous artist Katie Ferguson. KJ Creates is her art page, and they look absolutely spectacular. Obviously, we had the ceremony pre-match as well. Great afternoon at Cook Square Park. And strap yourselves in, we are in for a big second half. Reminder, you can catch every game of men's and women's reserve grade and first grade live and free on the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel. And it's Charlestown with the work to do in the second 45. We are underway with Charlestown attacking to the right of your screen. Maitland starting the second half exactly like they ended the first. Here comes Georgia Amos down the right, looking for a teammate. Alicia Ferguson as well coming across at half-time, potentially trying to scout you there, Tara, get you signed up in the team.
Yeah, but I don't think I'd help anyone in this game today. I think this is more about lots of running and hard running, and that's not my style, is it?
Alicia Ferguson, great to have her on board as the Charlestown Azzurri coach this season. It's certainly a week-by-week thing with Azzurri, trying to improve on the little details. And it looks like Isla Carstairs has been introduced in this second 45. We'll get back to that in a second. Here comes Sophie Stableford, cutting it across, and Taryn King's able to clear, but only at the cost of a goal kick in the favour of Azzurri. So talk us through that change, Tara, and what that will sort of do, I guess, for Azzurri, just to try and get a bit more urgency up top.
Yeah, Isla Carstairs has come on. You know, she's in the centre forward position at the moment, and I think with her and Gentle up top, they're going to just try and run Maitland and get those balls in behind. If they can get them wide, Gentle's come a little bit wider here, so they're going to try and, I guess, play a few more balls in behind and see what they can get out of it.
It looks to be Copus Brown might drift a bit more centrally as well. We'll keep an eye on that as the half progresses. But again, there is so much quality in that midfield in particular for Charlestown. And she nearly takes it out the Charlestown bench. I think that was inches away from striking one of them. It's all happening to kick off the second half. Gentle drops it back. Copus Brown now. Through the legs, the two number 6s, they're going at it. Dag wanting Perez to get back on her feet. And now a chance for Jessie Gentle. Up against Clowes. Not sure whether it was a cross or shot, but it's an energetic start by the visitors to start this second half.
Yeah, good start by Charlestown here. They need to try and keep that up. Lots of energy, try and press Maitland a little bit. Can they win the ball higher?
So the one change in the first half for Maitland. Jenna Frost leaving the field. We talk about the headache that Ben Horgan has. If you want to call it a headache, it's certainly a good replacement that he brought on in Georgia Amos, who looked very dangerous towards the back end of that first half. Now it's Natalia O'Driscoll. It's a lovely ball finding Pountney, and the offside flag stays down against Renee Pountney, up against Taryn King. Getting to the byline, sending it across. Scarcio gets an important touch. Copus Brown now being forced under pressure with not too much support. Ben Horgan urging on the press, but Charlestown will win a free kick. Deep into attacking territory. Copus Brown just using her experience there to draw the foul. Charlestown to send it forward. It will find Libby Copus Brown. Carstairs deemed to have handballed it there, nothing given by the referee. Play continues, and Maitland have pinched it up high here. Dag out to Amos. O'Neill making the run on the right. Dag does find Will O'Neill. Little dummy past Haynes. She's into the area. Great chance for Maitland here. Across the face of goal. And Charlestown has somehow scrambled and eventually sent back over the top to Neal, who sent it over the bar. But she would have been offside anyways. Charlestown near the shout from Alicia Ferguson. They've just struggled to beat that line early on in the second half. Dag dropping it. This is beautifully worked. Georgia Amos, and a great save. Well, we spoke about at half time, one of the worst oppositions to come up against in terms of goal score this season in Maitland, but Abby Miletto, she certainly held her own.
She has, definitely, and I think Maitland can catch you on the break there. I think Charlestown are just playing right into where Maitland want it. They want you to play into midfield and they pinch it there. So they need to try and look for those balls a little bit higher, a little bit wider, because that's what Maitland can do when they break.
Similar position to the first goal that was scored by Josie Morley. Dag again to deliver into a dangerous area. That one hits the back of the net on the wrong side though, and out for a Charlestown goal kick. Copus Brown, who's dropping deeper in this second half. This is something we usually tend to see from Maitland, playing out from the back. Now they thump it forward. Morley wins the initial header, looking to be kept in play by Elizabeth Clowes, but easily put out by Discasio. Here is Elodie Dag. Can't connect with Poutney. And Copus Brown, a little flick around the corner. Pretty clever from Libby Copus Brown, who I believe is back at the Jets next season. Tara, hope she's on board anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. Can't confirm more than that one.
Now it's Stableford getting to the byline. It's been a few times Sophie Stableford's had the chance to put a cross in. Just couldn't find a teammate. And pretty cagey affair to start this opening second, 45. Plenty of firepower on both benches. Maitland, a fair few youngsters, a potential debut as well for Hope Clare. She gets on the field. Maitland nearly through on goal again there. Charlestown have done well at times to see out the danger. Here's Copus Brown. Carstairs looking to get a touch in beyond the experienced Josie Morley. Goes back to Thornton. You can hear the urge to press this Maitland back line. Poutney dropping deep. The other runners start to pour forward. Poutney looking for a Driscoll, but Taryn King, crucial intervention. Possession once again turned over. Stableford. Final product hasn't been on point to start the second half for the Magpies. Now Will O'Neill. Again as calm as ever. Morley into O'Driscoll. Space out left here from Maitland. They work it so well. Dag. Oh, it's skidded through. Lovely. Georgia Amos. A bit selfish, or unselfish, sorry, and no hand ball given. Maitland appealing. Tough to see from our angle here. But no penalty given for the home side.
Been watching the World Cup so much that I'm just waiting for the VAR to jump in and review it. But players jumping around until they get the VAR review.
Warm up, everyone warm up.
Alicia Ferguson sending the bench to go forward and warm up. Maitland already doing some warm-ups of their own. There's now an injury to Sienna Denholm. The referee just checking on the former New Lambton player, who looks to be all good to continue after coming on into the early stages of that first half with Chloe Martin. Taryn King now looking beyond. Maitland dropping deep, and the header's won there by Gosnut. Maitland can reset on the ball. Morley to Clowes. O'Driscoll getting into the pocket. Dag, options left and right. Looks for the 1-2 with Amos, and now Dag unloads. And again, safe hands by Abby Miletto. would you assess this opening stanza to the second half so far, Tara?
Yeah, look, I think Maitland is still firmly in control. I think Charlestown are trying to get that long ball, but they're probably playing it a little bit too deep and they're still playing it too straight. They need to hit the wider channels because, like I said before, Maitland, their fullbacks go high and they go with the play. So you can try and catch them out. That's probably the spot you're going to do it is in the wide areas. And you need to get a little bit higher before you play that long ball.
You have to defend here as Poutney unloads, and it's spilled initially. You know, Driscoll unable to turn it home. And she's had a few chances today. One thing that I'll give her credit for is when a shot's taken, she's certainly one of the first to go and follow it in, and nearly grabbing Maitland's fourth there.
Yeah, she's definitely in the right spot there for a follow-up and just couldn't get probably a foot over that one quite enough to bring it down.
Cobus Brown. Now they look in beyond. Again, Maitland is there. It's Josie Morley who makes first contact. Clouds into O'Driscoll. Sends it out to Gosner, and now Amos is presenting out on the right. Dag able to find her, and now too much space being afforded here. Amos will drive forward. Just stops the momentum a little bit, looking for the 1-2 with Nanovic. So the Maitland players back from their warm-ups. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of them come on in this second half. Maitland got a crucial clash next Sunday afternoon, travelling to Macquarie Field to take on Lake Macquarie. That's bound to be a great afternoon there at Macquarie Field. Now it's Will O'Neill sending it across. Keeper comes out and he's able to claim comfortably. Looks like it might be a double change for Maitland in the works. Sent back out wide to Georgia Amos, who's had multiple touches since coming onto the field. Taryn King trying to win out, nearly made contact with O'Driscoll. That would have been interesting if she would have fell to ground. Amos to O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll using Amos as a decoy. Dag. Maitland building and shooting. And that one again, sailing too far over the bar. It will give us a chance to potentially in the next stoppage of play, maybe now, looks to be now, we will get that double change for Maitland. So Elizabeth Clowes to leave the field. Bit of doubt whether she'd play here this afternoon with the injury she sustained in the State Cup final. And Natalia O'Driscoll as well leaving the field. And it'll be 2 and 3, Charlotte O'Connor and Marion Dunbabin to come onto the field. Pretty like-for-like replacements there, Tara.
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously Dunbabin looks like she's potentially going into that 10 position as the attacking midfielder, so she's played there plenty of times before, come off the bench for Maitland.
Come on, we gotta get up
She's
now.
another player who's had a fair few goal involvements this season. 3 goals to her name. And like we said there, a bit of a versatile player, can play in that number 9 or sit in behind if needed.
Yeah, and then we've got Charlotte O'Connor, obviously, just filled in this left full-back position, which she's played plenty of times before, so yeah, very like-for-like switch there.
Dag, one-touch football from Maitland, picked off by Taryn King. And now a chance for Charlestown to break forward. A bit of space opening up, but the tracking back from Amos presents Denholm to face backwards. She finds Hunter, who sends in an interesting cross that nearly found a blue jumper. Now they've got to get back into defensive mode. Dunbabin sent forward, urged on by the Maitland crowd. Dunbabin just loses her footy on the ball at the crucial moment there. Maitland back in there, shaven. Carstairs, the attacker for Charlestown, made to do plenty of work since coming onto the field.
She has. It's not a very fun job, and the only thing that you can try and do with Maitland is try and at least keep them to one side.
Tricky task indeed. Dag driving forward, shooting on that left foot. Well, she scored a screamer from that sort of range against Adamstown on home turf in their 4-0 win a couple of weeks ago. Amos sending it high. And they're just unable to penetrate this Maitland side. Little switch there. Libby Cobus-Brown going out onto the left-hand side. Looks like Denholm will play on the right. Just tweaking things up a little bit here, Azzurri. As we mentioned in the early stage of the first half, they've not scored against Maitland this season. Is coming through there, Stapleford, and another great save being forced into action was Mileto. And down to her right there, making a crucial stop. And it's another Maitland corner.
Yeah, that ball seemed to fall to Stapleford a little bit too easy. She was in a lot of space there. I think Charlestown are trying to get nice and compact, but I can't forget leaving those types of plays is a very dangerous game.
Will they go short here at the Magpies? No, they will. Nardovic. Dag lining up across, which floats to the back stick. Morley makes contact with it, but it's into the hands of Mileto. Amos all the way back, and this might be picked off, and again, interesting there. Josie Morley wins out. Gentle, another great opportunity for her to inject her speed. Now Maitland up the other end. Amos and deflected. Hunter clearing. Poutney nearly scoring unintentionally. Here is O'Connor looking for Stapleford, who was a bit too advanced forward. Now Gentle dropping deep, but Nanardovic seems to always be there to pick passes off Tarasis alongside Dag and O'Driscoll, who's obviously not on the field now, but Sophie Nanardovic very good going forward, but also very solid defensively.
Yeah, very lucky to have her in the sort of the centre of midfield there, just as the base player who can. She's such a strong player that can break down play for your team and then, you know, dictate the play as well when you've got the ball. So, yeah, definitely one of the best midfielders in this competition.
Certainly has been a joy to watch her. And here she is again, flying into that challenge. Better play this from Charlestown. Gentle couldn't get it under control again, that pressure being applied by Sophie Nanardovic. Here she is again now. So good at that switch, and it will find its way out to Amos, who will have to keep it in on the far right-hand side. Amos in field, Dag dropping it back, Dunbabin. Looking for a shooting chance here are the Magpies. Dag, you can see the idea and the intention, just looking to slip it through for Amos, but Charlestown, again, we're alert to that, and I don't think those two are on the same wavelength there.
No, I don't think so, but that's exactly what they look for. Taryn King was out, trying to obviously win that ball back. Creates a little bit of a hole if no one fills in, and that's exactly what Dag's looking for, just to slip a ball in behind. Amos just not on the same page on that occasion.
Charlestown looking behind now. Carstairs, Thornton well out of her area. She's able to clear, and that one slides into the massive puddle that's in front of the Charlestown Azzurri bench. Chelsea in the move to get things going. And unfortunately just couldn't get that follow-up pass right. Thornton, she's having a few laughs in back play. She was well out of her area there.
She was, and that's the type of ball that Charlestown need to play, just getting into that wide area early. Obviously Thornton was out.
Here comes Perrin shooting, cleared by Maitland. Charlestown knocking on the door. Hunter sending a follow-up through. And you can see that being appreciated by Charlestown. That's probably the first shot in anger from the visitors.
There is some good momentum there from Charlestown. A couple of good balls forward. They need to try and keep the ball up this end now. Try and win it back early.
Dunbabin looking over the top. Picked off by Taryn King, but still alive. The aim is to retreat back to Neil. Taryn King playing a bit higher than expected, forced to put the pressure on the Magpies. Morley.
Don't let him back out this way, Isla.
Gosner pass picked off, but Maitland jumpers are there. Likewise with Charlestown. Denholm to Gentle, and now plenty of space opening up down the right-hand side. Nearly kept in by Discasio, the former MacArthur Bulls Academy player.
Come on, let's get over early. Come on your toes, on the front foot. On the front foot. Second ball.
Bit of energy creeping in here for the visitors. Certainly a better second half displaying so far. Here's Hunter looking to get a strike away. And again, it's two chances within a matter of minutes, 2 shots on target for Charlestown as they look to work a way back into this game.
Yeah, I'm sure Hunter would have loved that shot on her left foot. She's got a mean left foot that can hit the back of the net.
Seems the story of some teams this year when they get on top of Maitland. Sometimes just unable to capitalise, and we know their threats going forward. Maitland's just teams have been unable to make that dominance count. Stapleford across the face of goal. Hunter can clear only partially. Now it's already Dag. Poutney, Nenadovich to Dunbabin. And now Poutney lets fly. It will be deflected, but kept in play well by Mileto. Just a reminder, 15-year-old ex-Maitland junior is Abby Mileto. On debut for Charlestown here this afternoon between the sticks against the side, like we mentioned, that heading into this game with 58 goals. They are well and truly above the 60 mark now, Maitland FC. And another set piece coming the way of Ben Horgan's side. Gosner, Morley, a handful of other plays in there as well. It's not going to be a short corner this, so they'll look to create confusion in the mix. Dag sending it in. This one's better. Again, though, the last 2 set pieces probably haven't been what she would have liked.
Yeah, that's right. Dag's normally a very good corner and free kick taker, so she wouldn't be happy with herself with the last 2.
Back to Morley. Here comes the pressure applied though by Azzurri. Thornton, again very calm. I thought for a second there she might have thumped that one forward, but she calmly works it along the back line. Now O'Connor bursting forward. No free kick given by the referee. Charlestown now, their turn to hit on the break. Hunter being sent forward. Picked off by Willow Neal. But the pressure keeps coming, though, from Charlestown, and a shot that will come through. Rachel Perrins just looking to catch Annabella Thornton out of her goal there. A bit more contact, and that might have been an interesting one, Tara.
Yeah, it was a great interception. She read it well. I thought she was going to take another touch inside and set herself up a little bit. She was a bit off balance, but she obviously saw Thornton out of a goal and thought she'd give it a go. And yeah, as you say, a little bit more contact. Could have been a goal.
And that would have been Charlestown's first against Maitland this season. Maitland likewise know how to score. And Houtney again calling Leto into action, who currently, as it stands, has a clean sheet in this second half. She's been tremendous on debut. Going the way of the Magpies, which O'Connor will take into Dunbabin. Chelsea a little bit more alert in this second half. They've won the throw in there right in front of the Maitland dugout. Morley. Stainford. For a second, she might have left that for the run of County in behind. Here is Josie Morley. Spent time in the emerging Jets in season 21-2023 and beyond. Is this one well worked by Maitland and Georgia Amos.
I think she's saved by the flag. The ball looked like it was out here. The lining has his flag up for the ball for a throw-in. So I think Georgia Amos will be happy that it's supposed to be a throw-in. Probably wouldn't have counted if she got it in anyway.
Yeah, great spot. Ball seemed to have come out again right in front of the Maitland bench. So even if Georgia Amos was able to tap in her first of the afternoon, it wouldn't have counted. We have an injury now for Charlestown, and it's a substitute, Isla Carstairs, that is feeling a bit of discomfort, and Alicia Ferguson will look to call on more plays. It gives both players, of both teams a chance to reset, grab a drink, and reset.
Yeah, getting some instructions from both coaches here. There's about maybe 20 or so minutes, just under 20 minutes left in this match. So for Charlestown, they'd be looking to try and see this game out with a clean sheet in the second half, and you know, if they can get one back, that's what they'll be looking to do. And I'm sure Maitland want to keep their foot on the gas and try and see if they can get another goal or two.
See both coaches up on their feet as Isla Carstairs continues to be assessed. So as we approach the final series, good to have Darling Street Oval locked in as the ground for the NPL Women's Grand Final, reserve grade and first grade. Obviously played there last year. Great weather, we hope again this year. Pretty much the business end of the season now, so much up for grabs in the coming weeks. New Lambton still on Maitland's heel, you could say, after Maitland dropped some points a couple of weeks ago. But even that battle towards the bottom end of the ladder shapes up to be an intriguing one.
Yeah, I think it's pretty tight for that fourth position at the moment. We've got Magic on 13 points, Adamstown on 12, Charlestown and Olympic on 10. So anything can really happen in these last 4 rounds, and a couple of catch-up games from wet weather. It'll be very interesting to see how this plays out and who can jag that fourth spot.
I'm certainly really keen to see how the rest of the season unfolds. So much football still to come. So that substitution will be made. Carstairs unable to continue. Aoife Redmond to take her place up front. So unfortunate for Carstairs, who did make her way onto the field at half-time.
Yeah, she got through a lot of running in that little period she played there, trying to chase down those two centre backs and get something for her team. So she's done well. And now Aoife Redmond, it's her job to try and chase these two centre backs.
Alicia Ferguson's white cleats there, that certainly might be getting a little bit muddy in terms of that dugout there for Charlestown. Quite muddy, but nonetheless, great to have some football on here at Cook Square Park. Great facilities as always, and the pitch in great condition for some Sunday afternoon football. Throw in deep into attacking territory. Charlestown flipping the script just a touch. Two scores the last time two sides have met have been 3-0 earlier in the season for Maitland and 4-0. So they're looking to continue in that similar trend. Charlestown, on the other hand, looking to score a goal against Maitland for the first time this season.
Trying to just creep up and catch a few more metres there on that throw in.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
That's right, I think everyone tries it.
Gentle now to Denholm, who seems to be in a bit of discomfort. Being the challenge of O'Connor. Likewise with Dag. It's a great run from Sienna Denholm. Curtis Brown slipping it through. This is well worked by Charlestown. Gentle, what's the final product like? It's needed a touch from a Maitland player. Curtis Brown seeming to get on the ball a little bit more as we enter the back end of this game. Great turn there from Sienna Denholm. Charlestown still not done. Hunter. Great first touch there from the substitute. Aoife Redmond looking to get on the action. Taryn King. Parents, they don't want to turn the ball over here, Charlestown. There's space out on the right. Denholm putting a ball in. It might be always in the back of the net. Well, as that ball travelled, it seemed more and more like it was going to trouble Thornton, and it's forced Annabella Thought to get a touch and out for an Azzurri corner.
That's right, it was a good little passage of play there for Charlestown. They've kept it up in this top third, kept winning the ball back, and finally got that decent shot off that looked like from here was set for the top corner, but Thornton didn't let that happen, and now we've got this corner.
Well, a great chance on offer now for Charlestown. Hunter to take. Dag can't clear all the way to the back stick. Perrins gets a shot away and calmly left by O'Connor. It's certainly been more impressive in this second half of Charlestown.
They have, and if they can just, as I said, keep the ball up this end of the field in the top third, try and win the ball back. There we go. A little bit more momentum.
Morley using her experience here, although that last touch looked to have come off her. But a free kick given following the contact from Redmond.
Come on, back. Eva, just watch if she goes to the keeper. Eva, go, Eva, go!
And you can hear a shout from Ferguson. She knew what the plan was there from Maitland. This energy applied from Charlestown has been much, much better. Denholm. It's a clever pass. I'm not sure whether she was meaning to put that one in the box, but Charlestown have immediately flipped the script and find themselves through the corner. It would have been some assist from Denholm. Redmond just looking to sneak in behind. Now Charlestown. Another set piece. Denholm got a good bit of height about it. Pountney clears on the second header. Dag looking to flick it on for Neal. There are options in behind for Maitland. Neal can't find a teammate. Button clears only as far as Dag. Dag, clever pass. Dunbabbitt, and now Maitland looking to hit on the attack. Here's Georgia Amos. up against Taryn King, looking to use their speed to her advantage. Amos finding the back of the net. It was a good foot race there between those two.
It was, and some experience defending there from King to just try and push it a little bit wide.
Two Maitland substitutes about to be prepared. Georgie Williams looks like she'll be one of them. So Georgie Williams taking place for Sophie Stableford. And on her Maitland debut, Hope Clerk coming onto the field. Another mid-season transfer. There was plenty of those across multiple competitions. Hope Clerk previously spending time in the Jets Academy. Here on Maitland colours now. And she looks like she'll play a more attacking role as this one sent to the back stick. It'll find its way all the way through. Elodie Dack has her goal this afternoon. And there were plenty of runners pouring forward for Maitland. But that one floating into the back of the net and making it Maitland 4, Charlestown 0. I'm out of words for that strike, Tara.
Yeah, look, it was a great finish. I'm not sure if she was going for the cross or the shot, but whenever that happens, you always say you're going for the shot. So beautiful finish by Elodie Dagg there, and she deserves one today.
Just looked like there was going to be a few teammates just going to get on the end of that one, but the more it sailed, it just caught Abby Miletto with no chance. And despite wave after wave of attack from Charlestown, Maitland do grab a fourth.
I think if you were Georgie Williams or Hope Claire there, that you'd be pretty happy and say, well, as soon as I came on the field, we got a goal, so it must have made the difference.
Georgie Williams, another player, alongside Sienna Frost, that really impressed, particularly in that Charity Shield. And two players that are still quite young. She debuted for Maitland in 2024 though, Georgie Williams, so she still has had a bit of first grade minutes under her belt, but I think one with a huge career ahead of her is Hunter. Sending it forward, so a reminder of those changes. Hope Claire and Georgie Williams onto the field, and Renee Poutney and Sophie Stableford depart for Maitland. They'll be rested for the remaining time. Here is Hope Claire, sending it across the Dagg. And here comes the run of Georgia Amos, getting in behind Taryn King. Looking for her goal this afternoon, or will she tee up a teammate? Confusion there for Charlestown. And Maitland unable to capitalise, still alive. Dunbabin. Claire, can she get a goal on debut? Wouldn't that be the perfect ending to what has been a great afternoon for Maitland? Maitland won a corner, but it will be a goal kick way of Azzurri, or maybe a change of plans. We will have another Maitland corner.
You can see Charlestown here just trying something a little bit different. They've got three players staying up high just to see if they can just win this corner, and then probably pump it forward and see if they can get something out of it.
Maitland have scored 5 or more goals on 5 occasions this season. That's what they're looking to do in the remaining stages. They've had some pretty heavy wins this season. Most notably 10-1 at Darling Street Oval against Newcastle Olympic. Claire, great ball through, slipping it through. Dagg cutting it back. Dunbabin just can't get it under control. Still alive now, Nanardovic. She'll fancy her chances from here. And a deflection flies into the hands of Abby Miletto. Again, though, they can't clear their lines, Azzurri. Willow Neal driving forward. Now Hunter coming through. Interesting one from up here, but Charlestown immediately on the front foot. Libby Copus Brown with lots of space out in front of her. What does she have to produce for Azzurri? Gives it inside to Gentle. Denholm. Driving up against O'Connor. And eventually that passage is coming to an end. You can hear the frustration there from Alicia Ferguson. Just wanting Erica Descasio to demand the ball, but still not over. Copus Brown. Great to see her score for Azzurri here this afternoon. She might get an assist yet. Is that one sent in the box? And there was a good battle there between Gosner alongside Redmond. Charlestown, though, they've had moments like this where they've been on the front foot. Perrins riding the challenge of a few. And that goal against Maitland this season still awaits for Azzurri.
That was a fantastic setup. So composed there to just bring it down and then take it past a player. Just lacking that final, that finish from Perrins there. Some good signs from Charlestown.
Plenty to take for Azzurri heading into their clash. Back on home turf next week. Yes, Adamstown Rosebuds. Saturday 2 p.m. kickoff. Sorry, Sunday 2 p.m. at Lolcar Oval. Lolcar Oval, a ground where they picked up their first win of the season against Lake Macquarie earlier in the season. Their other win coming against Lake Macquarie, but at Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility. So Copus Brown sends it out wide. Descasio in field, Perrins. Charlestown still pressing and played into the path here of Redmond, who just can't wriggle free from the challenge of Morley, who wants a free kick, but advantage looks to be continued for now. Ball up the other end. Amos, Maitland on the hunt for a fifth. Dunbabin stops and pauses but continues, plays it across the face, cleared initially. Amos is in there. It's an absolute scramble, and Charlestown are able to clear. There's been a few scenarios like that.
That's right, a bit of a scramble in the box, a couple of block shots. Charlestown have done well to have that last ditch defending, get in front of the ball.
Claire combining with her new teammates. Interesting to see how she gels into this Maitland side. Now sent in behind. That's better from Azzurri. Gentle. Well, she went back out of that challenge. Really got in behind the Maitland defence there.
Yeah, I'm sure she's had many harder tackles than that in her football career, rugby career.
Here is Hope Clare looking to turn provider. Amos through on goal. Dunbabin likewise teeing up Georgia Amos. And she gets her goal here this afternoon. Dunbabin the provider. And Georgia Amos with yet another goal for the Magpies, bringing up her 10th of the season. And Maitland at a 5th.
Yeah, nice passage of play there. Claire just slipped that ball in behind for Dunbabin, between the centre back and the full back, and then a nice little ball back into Amos, who just slotted it home.
Nice sunset coming on here at Cook Square Park, and Maitland have enjoyed their afternoon. 5-0 winners in the State Cup final last week, and as it stands, 5-0 here. As their premiership looks more and more confident for Ben Horgan's side. Still plenty of games left. But haven't they been a joy to watch this season after losing out in every bit of silverware that was up for grabs last season? Copus Brown chasing this one down. Will O'Neill, cheeky little through the legs there and able to ride the challenge of Copus Brown, who has won it back. Now turns it over to Dunbabin. Maitland coming with numbers forward as they always do. Dunbabin to Georgia Amos. Hope Clare in the box. Presenting. Amos looking for Dag. Still alive. Dag out left. It's a lovely touch. Chance for Georgie Williams. Tees it off for Dag. And it would be her first brace of the season if she was to get a goal. Unable to do so there. If you had to pick a player of the match, Tara, who are you thinking?
Oh, geez, that's a tough call. I think Elodie Dag is always hard to go past, just trying to create things up there for Maitland. She's had a few shots, obviously got that goal, so she'd probably have to be up there for one of mine, and Nenadovich always, you know, in the base of that.
Oh, and another for Maitland. Sorry to cut you off there, Tara, but Dunbabin off the bench, onto the score sheet. Maitland bring up 6. And Charlestown just caught unaware. That running behind, too dangerous. And Maitland just sealing off the victory in some style here this afternoon.
Yeah, another great finish there from Dunbabin, just in that far post, laces through it. And that brings up the 6 for Maitland, so a really good finish to this second half for Maitland. Obviously, it stayed at the 3-0 for a fair while in this second half, and they've sort of broken through and now on another little bit of a run. So only with a couple of minutes left, I'm sure Charlestown would be hoping this game's probably not going too much longer.
3 goals in the first half, 3 goals in the second half as it stands. The referee checks the clock. Shouldn't be too long here at Cook Square Park. In fact, that is all she wrote. Maitland winners in round 17 of the Cardiff Motor Group NPL Women's Northern New South Wales. And as they look to clinch that premiership, it gets closer and closer by the week. Tara, they're incredible this afternoon as always. Charlestown, though, they did show some positive signs. What can they take heading into next week and I guess for the back end of the season in general?
Yeah, look, they did. I think they did well to try and hold Maitland out for as long as possible, but I think Maitland are just too good. You know, they've got a lot of quality across the park, but I think Charlestown should take a lot of confidence out of that performance. Obviously, Abby Miletto in goals. She did really well today, so I think moving into next week, Charlestown should be pretty proud of themselves and you know, get on to that next game.
Well, a massive thank you to everyone tuning in. We are signing off here from Cook Square Park as it ends Maitland 6, Charlestown 0-0.